top of funnel is
Mm-hmm.
YouTube and any social, where if it's LinkedIn for you, whichever the one place is that you want to bring in people, one or two
Right.
places, that's
Mm-hmm.
top of funnel. But then you
Mm-hmm.
bring in that very attainable and accessible membership that you
Mm-hmm.
have, and you're going to raise your prices, it sounds, but still
Mm-hmm.
very accessible to that academic person you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, just like I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can have closer
Right.
proximity to me. I can help you more one-on-one.
Right.
And that's when you say the person who is like maybe, and I'm just giving an example because I don't know which one it is, but maybe it's like
Right.
there's 70% of the people want to know how to like write their first book or get their first book out or
Yeah.
figure out what they're supposed to do. Because
Mm-hmm.
imagine it was that. Imagine it
Mm-hmm.
was there are academics that are brilliant, but they don't know how to go from that to having a book in
Mm-hmm.
their hand.
Yeah.
And you use ChatGPT as your assistant
Mm-hmm.
privately to help build a playbook for them
Yeah.
because you know what prompts to put in. You
Right.
know how to use it. And so you're working, you know what you know that's
Right.
only you that you could help with, but then you have
Yeah.
this like super pack that helps you
Yeah.
boom, add to it. That could be interesting. Or maybe it's further along. Maybe everybody has a book, but they don't know how to translate that to getting speaking roles. Or
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know that path that an
Yeah.
academic author takes. And what I would do is talk to your current membership list and
Mm-hmm.
see what they're like, either survey them or just ask them in the next call, what's your biggest blocker right now? What's your biggest
Mm-hmm.
pain point right now? And if
Mm-hmm.
you start to see a pattern emerge,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, "Oh, I'm seeing the heat seeker right here. This is where people are
Mm-hmm.
having a problem in this group.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I need to create an offer for them because
Mm-hmm.
I can help
Mm-hmm.
them." You
Mm-hmm.
know, so I don't think you have to force it. I don't think you have to go
Yeah.
somewhere that you're very self-aware.
Right.
Coaching for the academy start part of things, I'm not as well versed and I don't necessarily want to go back and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I am well versed I put out 3, 4 books already.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I think that if you think about it that way, and then you also imagine just how many thousands and thousands and thousands of people there are who could be in your membership
Yeah.
if they
Yeah.
only knew about it.
Right.
You call that the TAM, the total addressable market. How many people in the United States or wherever you feel you can reach, if it's beyond the United States, awesome. How many total academics, this age, demographics, this place in their career are there? Can you research enough to find that number?
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT can help.
Right.
Of that, how many are this one more thing that are they a woman? Are they this? Something that you
Mm-hmm.
helped really well.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
there's that many, I'm not going to stop until I've reached them. I'm got to reach them on LinkedIn. I got to reach them on YouTube. I
Mm-hmm.
got to reach them. I got
Mm-hmm.
to go to events and sit next to them and tell them
Yeah.
about this. And you could do that for a lifetime. Because
Yes.
the answer, without me even doing a stitch of research, is that there are at least thousands.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have dozens in your membership, that means the opportunity is there.
Mm-hmm.
So then you build for what they need. I have all access. It is everything you need to get to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
But then some people are like, I need more accountability. And so I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, well, I'll make that available to you, which is this call.
Mm-hmm.
And there are probably even 2 more layers that I could make. What I also like about what you do, and I've noticed it over the past several months working with you, is I don't have to tell you to sell to people who can afford you because you're already doing that. You're talking to people who can afford you. And
Mm-hmm.
what they want more of is time. And if you
Mm-hmm.
can give them more time, they'll exchange money for that,
Mm-hmm.
especially because it's a discount. It's a reasonable discount.
So what I've noticed is most of the people I attract, I have already a high, they're not like cold calls. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
have either a direct relationship with them or they have come in through somebody who's already in the group, right? So like
Mhm.
like one of the people that most recently joined that I had a conversation with today, she was talking about like some of her pain points included not having the time mapped out for the writing. And then the other thing is she's at an institution that doesn't require a book for tenure, it requires articles. So she's like, I really want to write a book, but I'm not like under the pressure to publish the book for tenure. So it's like I want to do it, but I don't have that external pressure to do it. So
Yeah.
that was like a helpful conversation. So I say that to say like I literally had a conversation today that aligns with what you're saying in terms of like what people are looking for and what the pain points are.
Hmm.
And I appreciate you reminding me like, okay, just because this is the amount of market you've tapped into doesn't mean that's the only amount of market to tap into. So
Yeah,
like
there's
how do you tap
so
into
much
it
more.
and elongate it and not feel like I'm gonna be somehow not relevant anymore?
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
in it anymore.
it's a common fallacy that people have. It
Mm-hmm.
just has to do with we're hyper focused. And that
Yeah.
is, oh, I've tapped as probably as far as I can go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the conferences that happen in your lane.
Yeah.
Think about the people that you run. There's just so many people who don't know you. You know what I do? When I walk into a conference like an Afrotech or like somewhere else, where I'm walking through it with all of the people who have seen me and know what I do. I'm walking through it, and sometimes people will lose their minds when I walk. Like they'll just jump up and down, start screaming, "Oh my God!" And they start hugging me, and their friends are like, "What are you doing?" And then sometimes I just walk through and nobody has any idea I've
Mm-hmm.
done anything that I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I get so excited when I walk through a crowd of my target audience who has no idea who I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, that's so much more opportunity. Like, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
if this is how life is when they don't know me, I'm able to have a great life, such fulfillment, impact so many people, have great monetization levers. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just this part of the room who knows me. Can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine when the rest of the people
Mm-hmm.
understand that I can be helpful
Mm-hmm.
to them?
Mm-hmm.
It's an opportunity zone. It's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So I would say that another thing, what you just said, I just wrote these notes down. You said that a lot of your conversion comes from very warm.
Mm-hmm.
By the same token that we're talking about, it
Mm-hmm.
just means that you need to make more people warm in your ecosystem. And what
Mm-hmm.
that mean or part of your ecosystem. And what that means is you can build trust without being in the room. That is why I keep talking about YouTube, but it
Mm-hmm.
could be Instagram, it could be LinkedIn. It's just that YouTube allows you to have 20-minute, 30-minute,
Mm-hmm.
hour-long conversations straight to camera or with someone else where
Mm-hmm.
somebody just feels like I'm in the room with you. Like when you watch a video with people, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I got to know them.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they have a few hours with you over several weeks or months,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to become warm.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the old way that they became warm was that you knew them.
Yeah.
This is the new way for them to become the same warm, is that
Mm-hmm.
they feel like they know you. Like if you saw a certain TV character, certain TV actor at a
Mm-hmm.
restaurant next to you, you
Mm-hmm.
would feel like you know them more than they know you. You
Mm-hmm.
would feel like I know you, even though you do not,
Right.
right? The what they call it, parasocial, whatever.
Yeah.
That you would
Really.
feel that. That's how people feel when they watch other people's videos. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why you put that out there so that while you're asleep, while you're doing your thing, while
Mm-hmm.
you're building courses,
Mm-hmm.
you have people who you've never met who are
Mm-hmm.
just, oh, I know, oh, that's something she likes, or that's something she taught, or that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then they hear it a second time, like, yep, Catherine likes that. So that's why she said that, you
Yeah.
know? And what I love is when I ask people when they join the membership, I ask them in the automated DM, how did you find me? Is one of my questions. Like, tell me how you found me. Most
Mm-hmm.
of the time they'll say YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But what's even more interesting to me is I'll say when,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll say, there's some people who say, I found you this morning. I'm
Mm-hmm.
in. Let's go. I found you yesterday. I love that. But
Mm-hmm.
what most people say is, I found you 6 weeks ago. I
Mm-hmm.
then watched 10 of your videos and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm here. Or I found
Mm-hmm.
you 3 months ago. I forgot about you. You were then shown to my home page and then I binged. And it always has to do with someone watching more than one video
Mm-hmm.
and feeling like they now know me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I put a video out, I'm not thinking, oh, today's video is going to bring me in customers. I'm saying the video I put out 6 weeks ago, combined with the video that I might have put out today, is going to bring me customers.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's just so much potential that you have because you've laid this foundation.
Yeah. This is very helpful. So it's like it's the reminder to like be consistent on YouTube. And then because I'm just more comfortable with Substack as a writer, what I've decided to do is take whatever articles I'm doing on Substack and do a YouTube version of them. So I'm not
Love
like
it.
proliferating, it's just like, okay, I can
Yes.
reinforce on YouTube what I'm writing, and the writing part is going to be easier for me to get out, and then I can just have my talking points on YouTube from the Substack thing.
Brilliant.
And also, I'm reminding myself, like, literally, this last time that I did enrollment is the first time I did like an actual planned out, like, email and social media campaign. So it's
Cool.
not like
Well,
a one and done
congratulations.
thing. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I
Again,
mean, you're saying a lot of things in a nonchalant way that are very
mhm.
impressive.
Mm,
You have really good instincts,
okay.
really
Yeah.
good instincts. And I would just, if you compare your instincts with confidence in
Hmm.
what you've already done. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully those testimonials are giving you confidence. It's like those first few weeks and months of it,
Hmm.
it's like the hardest because
Yeah.
people like you just don't see enough return on investment of
Yeah.
time and money
Yeah.
to say, oh, this is gonna be great. It just
Yeah.
feels like, is anybody did I do all this? And like there are three
Yeah.
people, but that's because it's all baking. When you say let them cook,
Yes.
that's what it is. It's cooking, it's baking,
It's
right? It's
cooking, it's
all
baking.
just like, and then one day you look up and somebody's in tears because they caught you a couple of months ago at the right
Yeah.
time. And this
Yeah.
this thing has happened. It's
Yeah.
all of these seeds
Hmm.
being planted. It's so
Hmm.
exciting.
Yeah. I appreciate this. I think like I don't so much not have confidence in like the transformation, because I think that's very
Yeah.
evident, like again, not only in the books that have already come out, but in the testimonials. I think part of it is like it's the not wanting to feel salesy, right?
Hmm.
And getting through that. And then also just like again, Colin helped with this with giving me some language, and AI is helping with this as well, of like naming the transformation, and like translating that to the audience. So
Yeah.
that has helped give me some paradigm shift for like that also like both reminds me but also lets people know who are not warmed up, like, okay, this is the value, right? Like, so it's like
Hmm.
the time value. It's so Colin said there were like three different transformations you could experience. It was like monetary, emotional, and physical, I think.
Hmm.
And so he's
Hmm.
like, okay, so the time thing you have covered, the emotional thing of like feeling seen and feeling heard and being affirmed when you're not at a when if you're at a predominantly white institution and you're focusing on like
Hmm.
Black women and women of color. And then the physical book or article. So he's, so it was like ways that I didn't even think about it. He's like, think about when your first author copies of your book come in and you unbox them and you hold the book for the first time. He's like, that's the stuff that you need to be talking
Yes.
about.
Yes. Well, can I ask you, has anyone released a book since they joined your
Yeah,
member?
so we have like 7 books that have come out since like 2020. And then we have
Okay.
like last year, my book came out last year, and we have like maybe 2 more coming out in 2025. So they're like in production, but the physical copies aren't here yet.
Where do the people live that have the books? All over the country
Yeah,
or
all over the country.
where you're based?
I'm in
What
Savannah,
state?
Georgia. I
Yeah.
have one person who's in like Durham, North Carolina. She's at Duke. Somebody
Yeah.
who's in New Mexico. Somebody who's in New York. I'm thinking about like the top 4 that I usually
Yeah.
focus on. So
I
yeah, so
I would
around.
tell you, if it were me,
Hmm.
the next thing I would invest in that like
Hmm.
a bigger investment
Hmm.
is, can I fly these 7 people into
Hmm.
Georgia, and can I
Hmm.
have a documentary crew
Hmm.
or person
Hmm.
film them individually telling their story and then film us
Hmm.
all with our books holding them walking around hugging sister girl,
Hmm.
because that footage would be worth its weight in gold for years. For years. I'm
Hmm.
getting goosebumps thinking about everybody being together with holding their book in the air. And you can, I mean, you put this out on your about page, you put it in on YouTube, you put it in, you send it to people, before you have a call with them. You have helped 7 people put a book out. That's like next to me saying, I'm going to put 7 people who made $1 million in a room, which I will do, right? It
Right.
is so powerful. That is
Thank you
going to
for
be
this.
so powerful.
Yeah.